Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm back with another tier list video, and we're doing the Transformers franchise. Now this is a franchise I've spoken a little bit about on my channel, but they are hated. These films are hated to death. A lot of people hate them. Personally, I don't think they're great, nor do I think they're like anything like. I just think they're fun. Some of them I enjoy some of them for a bit of just stuff to switch off and just look at. Um, so I've got them all here. These are only the Bayverse ones, and also Bumblebee, of course. But we don't have the animated movie or anything like that, and we got them in release order. I was going to do timeline order, but I thought I'd do a release order. Instead of having the great tier, we've got awful instead, because I think bad. There's worse than bad. I think just not coming to the Transformers films. I didn't do it just for this video. It's going to be a full thing in there. So also, first thing I just want to say before we get into this video, this is completely my opinion. If you disagree, it's absolutely fine. Absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. So, with all that said, let's get started with the first Transformers film, the 2007 one. And personally, it's going in the amazing for me. I don't think this one is a bad film in any way. This is like one of the best in the franchise for me. It just was something fresh and new, and it managed to tell the story of Transformers without going too crazy or anything like that. It actually has a full-on compelling story, and it feels like it's just got a bit of fan service done right. What I mean by that is that it's just got like the Transformers you want to see, like Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and of course you have Sam in there as well, played by Shia LaBeouf. So it's just fun. I think it's a fun film. It's got all the original characters, and obviously like Megatron as a villain. It starts basic, which is what I like about it. It's not over the top crazy as soon as you first get into it. But yeah, I think this is a good one. I just think that some of these ones I have a lot to say about, and some of them I've got a lot to rant about. Well, this one I don't have too much to say about it, because it is just it it promised on something and it happened. So that's all I wanted from this, really. And I watched it. I enjoyed it. All right, I enjoyed the ride. I didn't get bored or anything like that. It's got a nice, just 2 hour long run time. It's not over the top. 3 hours or close to that, however. So yeah. Next up we have is the second one in the franchise, Transformers Rise of the Fallen. Awful tier for me. I hate this film. I hate this film to death. I really do not like this film at all. This one just it went too far. And especially with the second one in the franchise, it's got such cringy stuff in there, such cringy action, incredibly cringy acting, not a compelling story, not something I care about, and I don't like the whole desert theme or anything like that. I just don't enjoy that at all in any way, shape or form. I really don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy how like Sam's mum gets drunk at the college, and that is just it's just cringy. You've got robots disguised as humans, which is very, very weird. This is the last time we also saw Megan Fox as well. I just don't like this film. It is just over the top, annoying, and weird. It just tried to do too much. The final battle is absolutely crazy. Like, most Transformers are there, such memorable characters are there, and you think, this is a plot, this is a story. They're dead. They just, like, there's some characters who are like, oh yeah, I'm here to help. They're just shot. They just explode. They're just dead already. So I just don't enjoy this, and I really don't enjoy this film. Okay, I could harp on and on about this, but I'm not gonna, because I do not enjoy this film. So yeah, next up we have Transformers: The Dark Moon. Now I know a lot of people think this is one of the better ones. I think it's in the good for me. I don't hate this franchise. I have to say I really I don't hate it, but Transformers Dark of the Moon is definitely one of the better ones. I do agree that it's not like awful over the top, like really bad, but I just don't like some of the story stuff in there. It's some of the moon. I enjoy like the moon stuff and everything like that, and how Transformers leave Earth and everything like that, and the plot with Sam and everything. I enjoy that, but it's just over the top with its explosions and Michael Bayisms. While I enjoy the final battle, like the last 5 minutes of the final battle with like Optimus Prime, Megatron, and everyone like that, I find that fun. But I just don't enjoy this when it just comes to its lazy writing and things like that. This one feels rushed, and I think this is a fun one. I don't think this is like bad or awful or anything like that. It's nowhere near as much as I don't like Revenge of the Fallen. I think it's okay. It's definitely one of the better ones, but I don't know. It's just not. I just don't really know what to say about it, because it feels like the odd one out a little bit, and I know a lot of people love it. I think it's okay. I enjoyed some of the new characters they introduced. I actually thought storytelling was relatively good. I thought his pacing was good, not over the top runtime, and there were some action sequences I enjoyed. But like, it's got better action sequences than Revenge of the Fallen. The only good one Revenge of the Fallen has is literally the wood one. That is really cool, but it's got a couple of scenes which stand out to me, and a few like good scenes, especially with Optimus Prime and Megatron close to the end of the film. Next up we have here is Transformers Age of Extinction. Now, I know a lot of people think this is the worst one. Personally, I'm putting it here, if I can get it in, because, okay, right, this film is okay for me. I think this film is alright. It could have been a lot better. This film is not perfect. This film is not amazing. This film isn't over the top amazing. It doesn't deserve any awards or anything. But I think some of the stuff with the Transformers on the Run and Lockdown in the story, I think he's cool. And we get to see some new characters like Hound and everything like that. This is a reboot / sequel because Sam and Shia LaBeouf isn't in it. It's replaced by Mark Wahlberg, and that doesn't work. I don't like the story with them. I think that is rubbish. But this one is full of just explosions. And I get I'm watching a Michael Bay film. I get that's what I'm sat watching. But come on, this just so much. And this is one of the ones that I watched very recently. I watched it the other day, and this is a very long film. And by the time you get to the end of it, you feel exhausted. I'm not joking. You feel exhausted as soon as this finishes. And it's not even like it's over 3 hours. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. Well, I've seen a lot longer than that. It's just the story doesn't feel like it's worthy of that runtime. The final battle is just crazy. It's just so long. Although I enjoy the final showdown with Lockdown and Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, that is good. It's got such good action, but then the humans are just getting in the way, and it's like Optimus Prime says, "This is my fight." It is his fight. Let him do it. Let Optimus Prime do this. Let Bumblebee come along. He can help him, but not the humans. The humans can do their own thing, run away, whatever. It just doesn't make sense. But this film has incredible CGI. I think it's CGI that's stunning in 4K or IMAX. This looks great. It does look great. It looks high tech. It looks really, really good. But it's got issues with the human plot lines. And I know a lot of things are guilty of that, especially Paramount, like with the Sonic movie, the humans being put front and center. That is the weakness of having these ones. You just have to put the characters you're here for, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, etc., Hound and everyone like that, etc. Just, gotta have them first. And also it kills off characters like Ratchet, who were such likeable characters. And I think that would have felt more like emotional had they have had some of them returning, because the only returning ones... There's only a few returning Transformers. But yeah. Next up we have is Transformers The Last Knight. Now, I spoke a lot about Age of Extinction compared to Dark Moon and the first Transformers, but when you talk about these films, you've got to go into it. I'm moving this around. It goes in bad for me. I'm sorry, I am ranting about a lot of these films, But I have to point out before I go any further, I don't hate these films. I enjoy them. Even Revenge of the Fallen, I will watch it and just enjoy switching my brain off and watching it. Like, it's something I'd watch at, like, I don't know, a Friday evening or something when I'm done. Like, I'm just, my brain is just, it's done. Like, it's done for the week. Like, it's the sort of film to watch. But Transformers: The Last Night, I it's it's very close to Revenge of the Fallen. I'm being nice here. Where do I start? Where do I start with this film? Wow. Well, it's just got billions of plot lines. Apparently, Michael Bay and his crew went home to get a load of ideas, and apparently they got around 16 ideas for 16 different stories for Transformers, and they were going to be separated into different films. But it feels like they put all of this into one. Optimus Prime turns evil. Bumblebee gets a voice. It's with the World War stuff and all these boring plot lines, and it's boring. This is very, very boring. Yeah, the best part about this film is Nemesis Prime versus Bumblebee. That's very, very cool. That's a really good scene, and it's got great CGI. But this film felt overhyped. They promised it'd be shorter than like Revenge of the Fallen, Age of Extinction, Dark of the Moon, but it was just as long. It's 2.5 hours. I don't think the new human characters in it are awful. I don't like the new human characters in it. While I like the CGI, the battles, and the characters and everything, I mean, Optimus Prime isn't in it that much because you don't see him with the rest of them. I mean, Bumblebee was a pleasure to see again. He's such a, nice character. I just think it was overcrowded with a lot of storylines. But the biggest problem here is that Michael Bay shot this film with IMAX cameras. Now, that may seem very epic, but if you've seen this film, no matter it's cinema, at home, streaming, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever you watched it in, it doesn't make any difference. No matter the size of your TV, anything like that. Within every single shot, the screen changes. It's thin. It's full screen. Then it's half screen. It's thick. It's thin. It's thick. It's thin. And then there's the three different ones, and it's so distracting. I cannot say that enough. It is so distracting when watching this film. It's not something you get used to. Within every single shot, at least every other shot, it is changing. I'm not even joking. It changes every single time. And they hide it in the trailers. They managed to hide it in the trailers. I guess they choose the shots which looked good. And while the shots look fantastic, the widescreen ones, it is so distracting. I'm not even joking. I find it distracting even when it just happens once in a film. Like, I know, like, the Penguins of Madagascar film does it. That is distracting. I don't see why they did that. It's an animated film. But we're not ranting about that. But apart from that, cool action, load of plots, great CGI, yeah. Next up we have is Bumblebee. Best of the best. What a pleasure this one is. This film is a fresh pleasure. Michael Bay doesn't direct this film, he produces it. It's got a completely new director. Haley Steinfeld is in it. What a pleasure this film is. This film actually has a compelling story. And surprise, surprise, this is under 2 hours. What? What did I just say? This is under 2 hours. What? But yeah, it's just such a pleasure. It's got such a nice story. It's just got great villains and a compelling story. And some of the action on Cybertron that you get at the beginning is cool because they mention it in all these films, how big it was, how scary it was, how sad it was for the Transformers, but they don't show it. Well, they show it in this. That's all they needed to do. They just could take 5 minutes and put it in there. And that's what they did with this film. This square is an absolute pleasure. I really do love this film. I'm not even gonna lie. And Bumblebee being my favourite Transformers character, seeing him being put front and centre, such a pleasure. It's got surprising emotion in there, especially with like Charlie and everything, her family, um, and the passing of her father. And also Bumblebee is so likable. You can see it just answers a lot of questions which you had within the first one. So really nice, enjoyable film. Honestly, this is by far my favourite. Definitely watch this one the most. And it just brought back some of some of the enjoyment that I had with the third film. No, the first film. Sorry, but this is like this is a prequel, um, based in like the 80s. It's such a pleasure. The only problem that I do have with it is that it is very similar to E.T. It's got a lot of similarities to E.T. Apart from that, though, this is solid cinema from Transformers. Such an enjoyable, fun, heartfelt film, and I think all they needed to do to make a successful Transformers film that was received well by fans is to take a step back, see what you can do, and just cut down on some of the action, runtime, and create a soft story. And that's what you get with Bumblebee. That's what works. So yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends and family. Let me know your ranking down below in the comment section. Like I said earlier, if you disagree with my opinion, that's absolutely fine. There's no problem with you disagreeing. But, you know, please do comment, like, and subscribe. It really means a lot. And also share this video with friends and family. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And let me know what other tier lists you want me to do. I need some ideas after this one. And that's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.